One of the great tactics used by tennis players of yesteryear was called the chip and charge. This method of returning allowed them to get to the net quickly to utilize their volleys. Naturally, this practice suits pickleball perfectly, as we all know how difficult it is to win from the baseline. Why do we want to chip this ball? Well, 3 reasons. The backspin and/or side spin that is going to be imparted on the ball will create a challenging bounce for your opponents. Secondly, the flight of the ball is more lofted than a drive and therefore takes longer in the air, perfect for giving you more time to get to the kitchen. Lastly, the charging aspect of the shot helps you move faster and earlier to the line. In the video Basics of Returning, we talked about the first stage of the return, the receiving of the serve. Please check it out now if you haven't already. The first important thing when mastering the chip and charge is understanding where you're going to get the power from. When we hit this shot, less of the power is going to come from your forehand or backhand swing, and more of it's going to come from your body weight transfer. Get behind the ball in the same way you would for a normal return. This time, however, use a deep shoulder turn and look to combine your stroke with an extra push off your back leg. The extra force from your body weight moving through faster means that you can now afford to use a much more compact stroke and still create the desired ball speed. With body weight primed to push through the ball, you'll need to have your paddle face more open than normal to give the shot the spin that can disrupt your opponent's third ball. Using the continental grip will help with this and can be used on both forehand and backhand. Keep your wrist and elbow firm to avoid overcomplicating shots with those smaller moving parts. The power of the chip and charge is going to come from body weight momentum and shoulder push, because these bigger mechanisms are much less likely to break down against more challenging serves. If you've mastered the basics of the chip and charge, it's now time to put in the final touch, counterbalance. Once you've prepared your body and the paddle, you're going to want to keep that return as accurate as possible, which means a little help from your back leg. As you are pushing through the shot on your way forward, your hips and shoulders are going to want to uncoil, which can misdirect the ball. To stop this from happening, push back with your rear leg as your momentum shifts forward. This will effectively counterbalance what your hips and shoulders are attempting to do, resulting in a well-directed shot. One last thing to remember. The lower your contact point is, the more side spin you will impart on the ball and the less backspin. This will affect the direction of the ball, so be aware of where you're aiming so as to avoid making return errors. Yeah, okay, all right, okay. Should I do a bit of a... Yeah, that's perfect.